Glad to be back. I had a little bit of an emergency the other show, but everything back to this. The show must go on.
Properties, device. Oh, nope. Now, hey, oh,
And you're good. Oh!
because, alright, what if I do that? Oh, nope. Okay, I'm definitely coming through now. I'm gonna assume I wasn't coming through. I'm just gonna assume that, so I'm gonna redo yeah, I'm not your lawyer, your banker, or your mother. Do your own research, make your own damn decisions. We're the Clue Crew. I'm Scooby, that's Cernus. And this was a speed run of our disclaimer. Still no theme song. I'm working on it. Shit's a work in progress, much like life. Get over it. Uh. Oh, apparently I was good. And whatever. You know what? Fuck it. Fine. Then you guys are so cool. You get 2 disclaimers. That's how hot shit this show's gonna be. Oh man. All right, but yeah. So it is Saturday, March 28th. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure.
We're in the off season. Yeah.
I honestly, it's hard for me to keep track anymore. I've worked 2 12-hour days back to back, like 8 a.m. to 8
Wow.
p.m. That's not including like drive
Ooh.
time, getting ready for work. Yeah, no. So like the
Yeah.
last few days are a fucking blur. I guess people called in sick. I don't know, whatever. But
So
yeah.
what are you drinking at this
All
point?
right, I got 2 things. All right, I got
Okay.
Cosmic Rainbow C4, which is basically it's
Nice. Very
Skittles.
nice.
If you've ever
Yeah.
eaten a handful of Skittles at once, that is what this tastes like, and it's
Mm-hmm.
fucking delicious. I love it.
Very cool.
And then when I'm done with that, I've got this nice bottle of Ariel Cabernet Sauvignon,
Oh
de-alcoholized, of
wow.
course. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I got fancy with it. Yeah. Hey, we got
Very
some
nice.
shit to celebrate. All right.
Fancy.
I got a taxi cab. I'm on my way, baby. Hong Kong's gonna be driving around in retro style, a la '80s. I'm excited as shit.
When
And
do you have to work again? Or you get the party hardy the rest of the
That's
weekend.
right. That's right. Yeah. Oh shit, you're right. Because it's Saturday, so I don't work tomorrow, which is always
Very nice.
nice. Yeah. Fuck. Oh man. But yeah, yeah. So there has been a fair bit that has happened over the last 2 weeks. I know that you mentioned you had
Oh,
that
for sure.
you had the family emergency, which yeah, shit happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Um,
Life happens.
I mean, honestly, I kind of you ever seen Wayne's World with Mike Myers?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like when Mike Myers storms off and Garth is left to himself. I mean, I did all right. I did pretty good. I handled it fine.
Yeah. Roll with the punches.
Right, right. Oh man, yeah. So, eh, fuck you, medium. Something went wrong on your end. I scrolled down. What could have gone wrong? Anyway, anyway, we had St. Patrick's Day for those that celebrate. Um, so whatever. I don't even mean the alcohol part. I mean literally just that was never a thing for me growing up. I don't know if that's because Irish. I mean, like, there's the standard pinching and whatnot, that you have when you're kids. But like the whole from high school to college and whatnot, like I don't, I just
Okay.
it
Yeah.
passed me by. And I'm not Irish, so I've got no heritage
Yeah.
like aspirations for it either. Leprechauns are cool, rainbows are cool, gold is all right, silver is better. But I mean, right on.
You stopped believing in leprechauns like by second grade, so.
I Maybe you did. I'm not sure I ever stopped believing entirely. All right, look, I saw those Leprechaun movies. All right, I remember seeing Leprechaun in the Hood when I was about 10,
Uh-huh.
which is the perfect age to be watching a movie like that. Um,
Uh-huh. So are you saying leprechauns are legit in Upland?
oh no, in Upland, I mean, shit, in Upland, cars are barely real. No, Upland's a far way from implementing leprechauns in any actual functional sense. No, no. We Cernus, we've already gotten and then lost wearables. We've lost our clothes. Upland has left us nude. We're not getting these hats anytime soon. I mean,
At
tell
least
me.
we don't have our birthday suit to deal with.
We don't have what?
At least we don't have our birthday suit legit to worry about.
Oh, don't give them ideas, Cernus. Don't give them ideas. You don't know. They might. I don't think they watch this show because I haven't been banned yet, but
They
they
don't have
might
a clue.
watch.
Yeah,
Hold on, I think I found it. Yeah, the other day. Yeah, yeah.
we found it.
I
We
did.
found
I did. I did.
it.
See, which it was very hard because you have to understand I didn't have the magnifying glass to search for the magnifying glass, so I was it was catch-22, but we came across it. We got it worked out. All right.
Oh boy.
Before I forget, I scrolled through last week's comments, and unless I'm wrong, but I don't think anyone picked April. We had some Grandma Gerties, we had some Garfields. I don't think anyone picked April O'Neil, the actual winner. So, I'm upping this week's prize from to the 150K from last week because I haven't given that away yet. So, uh, you know, tell your friends. But yeah, we're gonna get that going in just a bit. But I'm gonna get through this article first. Now, St. Patrick's Day, they've done in the past. I did one of the sales in the past. I can't remember which year, but got some legit or something. It was like a shamrock. I don't know. Whatever. I just completely slept on it. Honestly, I don't think I even realized they did it until it was done.
That reminds me of how I feel about evolution lately.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no kidding. But didn't we just have one with like was it Dallas?
Yes, and it passed me by. Yep.
Cool. All right. Whatever. I mean, whatever. I stand by. If they do one, if they do an evolution for Tokyo, um, I would probably get the deluxe bundle for that because I'm assuming
Okay.
that I'm
Or to
assuming
Hong Kong.
that the yeah that the
Uh-huh.
structure would work in Hong Kong. But and I know that they're not going to be an evolution of Hong Kong because it's fully released. So yeah, that's really or I mean I guess
Yeah.
they could theoretically also just release another
Hidden
Asian
gems.
city. Yeah, no shit. Yeah, but I mean I guess there are plenty of other Asian cities. I mean there's plenty of
Yeah.
Japanese cities, Chinese cities. We got Okinawa. We got um. Anyway, but isn't
Yeah.
Singapore also technically Asia, right? Singapore's Asia, isn't it?
I think so. I don't want to be
I'm
fact
thinking
checked.
right. Well, I mean I'm thinking of potential evolutions. That's all. But yeah. Anyway, Patrick's Day, Block Explorers. I don't I don't like the gold one. Now, it's not
I've
well,
heard a lot of people really like it.
all right. It's not an aesthetic thing. It looks fine. It no, it I mean it
Yeah.
honestly, yeah, compared to some of their other ones they've done, it looks really good. I don't like shiny
Okay.
gold for the like. It looks like he got touched by Midas. The leprechaun's whole thing is hoarding the gold, not being the
Right.
gold. It'd be like it, I mean, you've seen Scooby Doo. You've seen, right? It'd be like if
Uh,
Shaggy was made of sandwich parts. No, no, that's not it. So
and you know what's weird too is it looks like a metallic gold, and it makes me think of totems because totems are like the only thing that are metallic in game.
yes, okay, that's actually really good. That's a good point. It does have that same sheen, a similar sheen that the totems do. That's a good
Mhm.
point. Yeah. We got Swarley coming in going that saying that Queens was fully released then locked up. So maybe one day there could be a Singapore version. Right on. That's all I'm saying. Is I could say, an Asian deluxe bundle, but yeah, whatever. Anyway, congratulate. And I'm sure that there were people that were like really into the leprechaun thing and are into leprechauns, and I'll even admit that I will check out the secondary market for the one with the little cane and smoking a pipe with little smoke coming out. That's just a cool looking thing, man. If I saw that guy walking down the street, I'd be like, "Hey, what's up?" So, might go for that one secondary, but yeah,
Mhm.
yep. All right, what else?
Cool, cool.
Oh man. All right, that was here. Developer update. Well, yeah, yeah. Big changes are on the horizon for Upland. Big, huge, and they're gonna share a preview of them. It says. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. There's a good bit to be excited about here. We're gonna unpack some of it. I stand though, like I stand by my just consistent disappointment in the way that things are relayed and the here's something that's coming in the future. Maybe if we don't change our minds, and this is what we could look like. It's subject to change, but here's an idea. For fuck's
Mhm.
sake, Steve Jobs figured this out years ago. I've said it over and over again. I'll say it till I'm blue in the face. Like, he was a piece of shit, don't get me wrong. Steve Jobs is an asshole, but he figured out how to do a release, and it's available right now. There was no evolution of that. That was the only thing people should have looked at
Right.
and gone, well, shit, okay, right, that's how you do it. It's the only answer. So I wish that we would get that kind of shit from Upland. I wish they wouldn't announce an upcoming weather scenario that does or doesn't happen or gets yoinked from us or isn't. Do we still have snow? Is that a thing if you go
Sure.
all the way down? Fuck that shit. One day I want them to just be like, I want them to have with no announcement just be like, load up your apps, guys. Fucking snow. That's what I want.
Makes sense.
Anyway, sorry. Done with my rant for that for now. Now, office structures. What do you think of these bad boys?
Mm, cool, I guess. Kind of, sort of.
Did you pick them up?
Yeah, it's got a very generic office, modern office, glass, whatever feel. Almost looks like little. It almost looks like it's you're in the ocean or something. I don't know with the way the blue
Hmm.
window tint is. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying there. Yeah, it's just you can tell that some windows get more Windex than others. But I agree
Oh,
with
that's
you.
funny.
They've got that generic look. I don't mind that in this
Mhm.
particular instance because I mean, it's an office building where people go to conduct business of office work at their big business meetings of the Drone Alliance.
Right.
Like it's I mean of course it's generic. To give it any personality would make it less of the corporate drone office. So like I don't know.
Right.
It makes sense to me. I also fully see this as them having read the room about some of the other service structures and said, all right, we're going to start with our base of a thing being super generic so that everything that is released after that is a spin on it, rather than releasing something
Sure.
unique and then coming out with a generic version. I think we're. No, but we've seen that happen too, and people are
Sure.
like,
Yeah. That's fine.
I think they read the room.
Yeah.
This is the
hmm
base. and we're going to get new office structures that do the exact same thing, but are little cosmetic tweaks.
Interesting.
Yeah. We got KO Ninja in the house. What's up? Also,
I almost think the
JMS.
larger office ones look sort of like an office that's kind of evolving into a stadium slash arena.
Yeah. Yeah, they definitely decided to first like go wide and then go tall. Yeah. I which, I guess that's as valid as anything else. Again, generic office things. I think that some of them, like in particular the office complex, I think could have done with a couple more pillars. I think having that many windows on top of each other in that many columns looks like a little weird. But that's, I mean, whatever. Honestly, who gives a shit?
Right.
Yeah, what am I actually complaining about at that point? All right. Now these are supposed to build bonds. This is all about meeting your neighbor, shaking hands, and getting to know each other, building offices in each other's hoods. Have you been approached by anybody in regards to this, or have you reached out to anybody trying to get this going?
Not really, not on these ones. The bonds, I'm still. I mean, I see people trying to bond in Discord, talk about this and that, but I haven't really dabbled into it much. I'm feeding 71 totems this month. And that's
Oh my
keeping me.
god, 71? I Why?
uh, I guess my account got hungry.
I guess, man. All right.
And there's a lot of orange ones, so it's like every 3 4 hours or 8 hours.
Oh God, no, yeah,
Uh,
orange is 8. Orange is 8. That that that's no good. That is no good.
so,
All right,
yeah, I'll be bonding in April.
fair enough. All right, I
What
am
about
at
you?
uh I've not reached out to anybody, but I have been reached out to just once, and I'll talk about that in just a second. Yeah, I'll go with Danny Phantom. Why not? All right, so folks, these are your people to choose from to fight. We got Rocksteady, Jimmy Neutron, Squidward, or Danny Phantom. Get your picks in now. All right. And I need to get all my other windows back up. All right, there we go. So, yeah, I didn't reach out to anybody, and I had somebody that reach out to me, and it was completely good faith. I think they were just saying like, hey, if you give me a property in like in your neighborhood that you live in, and I'll switch with you, we'll get buildings going. I don't think they necessarily realized that Wong Tai Sin is the neighborhood, and that like that would be I hundreds of dollars worth of stuff if I was just being like, yeah, sure, here you go. Um, and
I'm
I
trying to slide right in.
right, no, I think they were, but actually, I need to get back to them though, because I that's my only issue is where because I chose an Orange Collection neighborhood in Hong Kong as my residence, I can't really make those kinds of swaps and offers. So for it to work, it would have to be somebody that already has a property there. So
Right, right.
yeah,
Yeah.
so instead, I'm trying to focus on starting builds for offices in all the other neighborhoods of Hong Kong. Because then, at the very least, if anybody does set residences in a place, I can go ahead and help them out in that regard, secondary. But just me, nah, yeah, yeah. But they're offices, and offices are a part of the thing. So yeah, like I'm happy to build them in places.
What would be really cool is if there are real businesses in real life who make their corporate offices in the Upland metaverse. That would be the best use of the service structure, in my opinion.
Well, that's where I think that's exactly where I would foresee a unique a spin on it coming out that you'd be able to spend more dollars on. I now for the offices, I mean I don't know off the top of my head I can't think of the kind of partnership I'd be able to, like, a Payless shoe store or a Home Depot home improvement shop, but
So a future service structure is going to be corporate office as opposed to just offices. We'll have corporate offices slash headquarter type structures.
yeah, I mean I don't know, see, 'cause, yeah, like I said, I don't know, like for a bank I could see Chase Bank being licensing out or working out some sort of deal with Upland, and so you can put a Chase Bank in your neighborhood and whatnot. With something like Office, though, that it's both generic and vague. I'm trying to think of a partnership like that I think would work. I don't know, but I'm sure there's one that exists. Political
Office
offices,
Max.
political offices. They'll always find a way to
Oh
get
yeah.
involved somewhere. Oh man. All right. Well, so yeah. Where were we? The developer updates, the bonds, the neighborhoods, the e-commerce score. Which I'm done with scores. I've made that call. I'm playing entirely based on vibes at this point. Excuse me. Like I'm gonna put the I'm going to put my taxi at a taxi depot, not because it gets me more points, but because that's where you put a fucking taxi. I'm gonna put the fire truck
Makes
with the
sense. Yeah.
firehouse. Like,
The logic of it.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna have fun with it that way, and I'm going to assume that playing it logically like that will work in my favor regarding points. I'm just gonna assume that
Right.
because
That way you don't have to deal with the shenanigans of scores and points and all that.
yeah, I'm not doing that, man. I'm not. There. No, I saw earlier. I've seen that there are people. I think you might be one of
Mhm.
them that are asking
Mhm.
about in Upland General, being like, "Hey,
Yeah.
what about this math with this thing and this math with this thing? Does that add up? Because I noticed this, and I know that there's a delay for 24 hours on this."
Right.
But and I'm looking at all that, and I'm being like, you know what? It's exactly like open source software. Like, I'm not going through all that code, but I feel better knowing that somebody is. It's exactly how I feel
Right.
about it.
Uh,
I Sir Mitch goes, "You play Vibes? How's TML?" I assume by I assume by TML you mean thank me later, and I don't know if that's a joke or why. As far as I know, he's gone.
so in the Epic Spark Exchange
That's
that
gone.
everyone.
Everything's gone. I mean, well, I don't know how related both of those things being gone are, but as far as I know, for Thank Me Later, he got a girlfriend and pieced out or something. I don't know. Whatever. I
He was
have no
part of
opinion.
it, and he had vibes going on. Epic Spark Exchange with this
Oh
thing
shit!
called
That's
vibes.
right. That's right.
That's what it's
God,
all
I'd forgotten
about.
about. Oh, I
So,
forgot about those. Why you gotta bring those up? I was so excited. Man, I was so excited for those because it was gonna be all Dungeons and Dragons and stuff. Oh, I spent hundreds of thousands of upix on those motherfuckers. I don't regret the upix. I just wanted the damn game.
yeah.
All right. Well, anyway, commerce, uppies, growing neighborhoods, good stuff. Now we're gonna be getting trade routes, and as I
Mhm.
understand, this means that we're going to be getting the trailers for the semi trucks too. Did I hear that right at some point?
Something like that, yeah. It's in
Because,
the announcement, but it is what it is right now.
yeah. Alright, new way
It's
for
an announcement.
players. Well, look, if they're not going to put it in the article, then I can't do all of their jobs for them. Uh, much like fishing allows players to discover troves while exploring waterways, trade routes will allow players to discover troves by transporting cargo between neighborhoods and cities. So, players, okay, Instead of casting a line into the water, players will send vehicles across the road network searching for opportunities along established trade paths, except that their trade routes. So, like, I'm a little confused about the. Am I sending out, like, settlers from the Oregon Trail to see if there are any, like, tribes to trade with? Or are these truckers that are, like, seeing if there's a Dollar General to drop their shipment off at? Like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, narratively, what does that mean?
Your clue is better than
I,
mine.
Cause like they kind of had me for a moment there because I'm like, all right, there's gonna be trade routes. Certain players are gonna be transport cargo between cities, so this is gonna be something for the semi truck owners. But then it's just send your vehicles across the road network looking for opportunities. Well, wait, what do you mean? Just okay,
Well, sounds like the road guy who goes like this, looking for an opportunity to get a ride. A
Ca
hitchhiker. It's like the
wait,
reverse hitchhiking, where the driver
can
is going like this while
is that
driving.
could that be a way to mint uppies? Could you potentially pick up hitchhiker uppies? I'm not gonna lie, if that's the direction this ends up going, I'd be kind of okay with that. Like, all right.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Especially if
Discover
they
Uppies.
70 and there's like a 5% chance the uppie actually steals your vehicle. No, I could totally get on board with this. I know this will never happen, but I wish Upland would put in some real danger. Make if it's a game, I need to be able to lose because of what you do, not
Yeah.
what I do.
Okay.
Anybody can trip themselves off a cliff. That's not the same thing as losing a game. So
Right.
just saying, give me some stakes. Give me some real stakes. And don't I know we're approaching April Fool's Day, so I'm fully prepared for some stupid fucking we're gonna put in actual natural disasters or get ready for uppy nuclear war because we've got to mirror the real world. But like, eh, it's gonna be bullshit, and I'm gonna be kind of upset one way or another.
When do you think we're going to get that announcement? On Monday or Tuesday or like when is this? What day should we all be prepared for?
Oh, who knows? Depends on which way they want to go with the joke. If they want to really go with the modern times, they might push it to the last minute just to see what happens with the headlines. But ultimately, I don't even know anymore. I don't know what there is for them to do. I mean, like they did Bermuda, and that worked, and that
Mhm,
was cool. But
mhm,
it, well, even if they were to pull a double bluff again, what would it be? Bermuda only worked as a double bluff because of the inherent nature of Bermuda Triangle being like, oh, okay. Like
mhm.
what's next? I mean, I guess they could do the North Pole. Be a little out of
Yeah,
season.
or they could always do London 4.
Yeah, but it's an April Fool's joke is supposed to be on all of us, not just you. I know you're on the radar, but like, they gotta be thinking about something a little more general. I think
Um,
that's where it's like something like the North Pole. It's out of season though. That's why I don't think the North Pole. Maybe I could see if they went.
I know it would be funny. What if they released all of the Alcatraz accounts
hmm.
all over the map for the one day, and like you would have to spot them, and maybe there could even be a game out of it. Everybody who's like screenshots any J account floating on the map, I guess you put in Discord or something, and whoever finds the most gets a prize or something. I don't know, but maybe that's not really a fool so much. I don't know.
That no, that'd be awesome. That's a prank that could really like that could really they could have some fun with, especially if. No, I'm not sure about this, but accounts in Alcatraz are they still able to message you in game?
I think the answer is yes,
Damn, because
but I could be wrong.
if they weren't able to message you in game, and then on April Fool's Day, Upland let them all out, and then started sending people messages from jailed accounts, that would be a fucking great prank, like ARG style.
What if they release everybody who's in jail and give everybody who's not in jail a J icon?
Ooh. Ooh, that could be fun. A little switcheroony. That could be fun. But see the thing, all of these things, all of these things though would involve them actually doing something mechanically, and that's generally not been what they've done. They pretty much all of their April Fool's jokes have been bluffs. They've been just some form of an article that didn't happen. Except in the case, of course, of Bermuda, which it was a double bluff. But even then, it's just a city release. They didn't. There was nothing different really about it. It was just a city release. So I don't really know where there is to go with that, but yeah, we'll see. I just hope they don't get my hopes up again with like actual stakes being added to the game, like you being able to have your house burned down or something. I don't know. Your car break down. Why not? Oh yeah, here we
Everyone
go.
in jail
There's
gets
the
a
trailers. We got to the trailers. So, no, April Fool's. This April Fool's, we're going to be releasing a new vehicle into Upland. ICE kidnapping vehicles. With this, we're going to be rounding up Uppies off the street. Just go ahead. Just go on with it. Oh, come on. If people don't know that I'm how I feel about shit, come on. At this point.
The trailers kind of look a little white, and I don't know.
Yeah. They do. They
You
do.
open, slam it into the slammer. I don't know.
I still say that that they should have just like committed to it as a culture and just never released the trailers, or at least saved the trailers for the second generation of semis. I think it should have been a part of the culture, but it is what it is. We're getting them now.
But didn't they? To be fair, aren't we kind of on semis too, the second generation? Because these ones that got released, apparently there was a visual of the size of the semis being different, where like there's like a little gap in the way the whole frame or the carcass or something is. I don't know.
Dude, I never had a semi, so I didn't really look into it. I have no idea. The only thing that I'm pretty sure of is that anybody that already owned a semi is like gonna get the trailer. So it's not gonna be like there's not gonna be. I don't think that people are gonna have the option, right, of being like, nope, going trailerless.
True.
Now, I don't think they actually attach, so in that regard, they will remain trailerless. But I don't know if that makes it better. So I don't know. Whatever. Look. I was never a semi person, so I don't really have a vote in this. I know people are happy about it, and good for them. I'm happy for them. Way
I
happier.
like City Pigeon Road. If I get jailed, there will be a city release for sure. So maybe what we release is Alcatraz, the city, and you buy property on Alcatraz. And as the BEs in jail float around, they have to pay send fees to the owners regularly. And they basically, whatever balance they had when they went to jail, they start paying that off with their
Sure.
send fees, and players get to get the penalty paid. They
Man,
get penalty revenue.
yeah, the more I think about it, though, the more I'll admit an uppy 45-47 presidential pardon for only for the multi-accounters, though. Only for the people we know are bad, just to keep things on brand. That would be fucking. I would actually kind of eat my hat a little bit. That'd be a good one. That'd be good. They're not gonna do it, but that'd be good. They're as likely to that as they are to get off their asses and get the fucking base bridge involved. I say involved. I mean done, finished. Oh shit. Yeah, so much Spark Wars in Iran. Yeah, we're having a city release of Tehran with a Sparklet war. Oh man, that would be. Oh, I don't know if I'd love it or hate it, but it would be pandemonium. There's no way around it. But remember, there's no politics in Upland. Yes, we put Trump in there as an uppie, but there's no politics in Upland, so there's no base bridge either. All right, So they've decided to make this adjustment to the Sparklet store, and I've been going off on this in general, and I've laid off a little bit because X1 told me specifically that my feedback had been passed on and was being addressed by the dev team or whatnot. But then I started thinking about that, and as somebody else pointed out, that doesn't actually mean anything. Like I don't mean that against X1. I just mean that is a far cry from the base bridge is coming. So no, I'm gonna keep bitching about it. Gonna keep bitching about it, and I'm gonna try and get more people to bitch about it too. That is why I'm gonna start giving away Sparklet again. But I'm only giving away Sparklet on base, and I'm not walking people through shit. I'll send it to your MetaMask. You want it in Upland? Send an email to support@upland.me being like, hey, how come I have Sparklet on base but I can't bring it in? It's not my job. That is theirs. And at 35% of a take, if you buy it in app, which is just, seriously, Upland. To be able to look at an industry standard, an industry mob standard of 30% and go, hold my beer, I can do more. I'm not even mad, I'm impressed. Like, damn. Google and Apple are probably in a fucking room somewhere going, could we get away with that? Do you think we could get away with that? Like, for fuck's sake. Like, I had been sticking with Upland for a bit. Like, I had been sticking up for Upland for a bit about the way they tax things because it's a 10% tax. It's 5% on the buyer and 5% on the seller, and so it's always a 10% tax, which compared to the 30% that Apple and Google charge is very low and is
Sure.
is backed by by multiple millennia of tithings from
Mm-hmm.
the Catholic Church. I'm not even making a joke about that. 10% as a tithing was accepted has been accepted
Makes
as
sense.
like for a long time. So like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
10%. 35? What the fuck? Oh man, all right. Coming in hot.
I haven't done much bridging of late, so I'm a little not so versed, but yeah, they need to get the infrastructure all synchronized for sure.
Yep.
If you're gonna put it out there, you have to follow it through.
Yep. And that's what confuses me. I only feel this passionately about it because Upland went through the work of putting the token on base. It didn't just like happen. Like maybe not everyone knows exactly how crypto tokens and shit work, but like Upland made the Sparklet token on the Ethereum chain. They did that. Then they also put it on the base chain, which a lot of tokens have done. There's Ethereum. We know that as a thing. Ethereum is the name of both the chain and the token because we want to make things as confusing as possible. And they put Ethereum, the token, on the base chain as well. They put a lot of shit on there, and it's because the transaction fees are so much cheaper. This is why when Upland did it, it was like, fucking A, it's gonna be cheaper. But none of it matters if I can't bring it into the game. So that's why I keep that's why X1 told me to back off, and I did in the Discord. This is my show though. That's why I used the speed GIF and whatnot, because like it's literally they built the bus, they built the interstate, they sent us on the interstate. They just didn't put in those 50 feet. So I don't know.
I think you should get an update soon.
I hope I do. I genuinely hope I do. But because I mean, they keep talking about. It says that they got a paragraph right here. It says by reducing the amount of Sparklet available through the App Store and shifting larger purchases to the web, we are encouraging more activity through the exchange and bridge, where Sparklet's
That
value.
base, apparently.
Do what?
but not base apparently.
No, yeah,
because
just
they
it's
don't have it fully
yeah,
integrated. So.
by bridge, they mean the Ethereum bridge because that's something too. So that's that people may not realize. There's now Sparklet is technically on 3 different chains because Upland does not run on the Ethereum blockchain. Upland has their own app chain. So you've got Sparklet
Mm-hmm.
as a token on the app chain,
Mm-hmm.
and that does have a bridge with the Ethereum
Mm-hmm.
chain. That's why you're able to send it from Upland to an Ethereum account and back again. But that's the thing. When you do that, it's not the same kind of token because they're different chains. So there's got to that's why we need the bridge. That's why the portal exists to begin with for the swapperoonies.
Mm-hmm.
So like again,
Right.
like I'm not just coming out of this of left field. Like all of this was very clearly planned and was implicitly promised the second they put the shit on the base chain. So I hope to
Mm-hmm.
hear soon. I'm not gonna stop bitching about it till it happens, and I'm gonna be giving away Sparklet.
So when they announced the base chain, they did also mention there's going to be a bridge in the announcement. Do we know
No,
that for sure?
I don't know that they did or not, and that honestly shouldn't
Okay.
matter. And that's what I'm saying. That's why I use the term implicit.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
it's an implicit commitment to me because and
Yeah.
that's why I like using speed as the metaphor. It's an implicit commitment to me because why would you build an interstate? Why would you build an interstate, build a bus, put the bus on the interstate, but then just not finish the road?
Yeah.
You kind of
You get to a dead end and then
you all of the people that got on the bus, they got on the bus because they assumed you probably finished the road. Why else did they get on? No, I realize this kind of breaks. I realize this breaks a little bit from the narrative of the movie Speed, but the metaphor is solid, or analogy technically.
sure.
Anyway, so yeah, I'm just gonna keep bitching about it, and every single podcast I'm gonna give away Sparklet only on base. And I frankly encourage any winners not
Mm-hmm.
to exchange it for Ethereum and take a loss, and to just bitch at Upland.
What are your thoughts on Sparklet not being available at the same prices in game anymore?
I think it would be fine if they allowed it to come through on every chain that they put it on. It's exactly that because the reason base is
Mm-hmm.
better than Ethereum for this kind of transaction is the lower transaction fee. Now, when it
What I
was
meant in game, the prices being more expensive in game.
no,
What
that's
are your thoughts on that?
okay. Let me rephrase it a little bit. If you
Sure.
before they changed the pricing, when you bought in
Mm-hmm.
game, there were no
Mm-hmm.
transaction fees. So it was
Sure.
cheaper.
Okay.
And now I realize
Mm-hmm.
that because the game was based on a 2-week rolling average, that you technically
Mm-hmm.
could be getting a better price or whatnot. But assume that the price was the same for the exchange versus in the game at the exact moment. And it would be
Mm-hmm.
cheaper to buy it in game because you would not have to pay for any transaction fees. It's already on the app chain. When you
Okay. Yeah.
buy it on an exchange, even if you're not paying for a transaction fee to receive it at the purchase point, at some
Mm-hmm.
point when you send it to Upland, you're paying a transaction fee. You have to because
Right.
you're making a
Exactly.
transaction.
Right.
So um it it was just cheaper to buy it in game. Now it's not cheaper to buy it in game. Now it's more expensive to buy it in game, and I also can't send it cheaply. So is it now it's not 35% difference, and I stand by that. I think that 35% is fucking egregious. It's absurd. I don't mind the black and white idea of all right, if they put the base bridge in and they only did a 10 to 15% increase in the store, I wouldn't bitch. I'd say, okay, you're encouraging, you're incentivizing off-chain activity by putting in a 10 to 15% tariff, but you're allowing for essentially free transport of it coming in. That would be fine to me.
But it's a pretty steep increase. That's for sure.
I just 35%. I mean it's over a third. It's more than 1/3. Who the fuck do you
Mm-hmm.
think you are? The U.S. government trying to get my money for the military? God. I am, of course, slightly exaggerating there. The government takes way more than 35% of my paycheck for the military.
First, is saying they will drop the percentage soon or go back to normal as it's clearly not driving demand. So
Ooh.
we shall see in game whether they sell or maybe they don't particularly care if they sell as much right now. It's about something long term on the exchanges, but Sparklet has not been selling quite as readily on the in-game weekly Wednesday registration. So we shall see.
Oh, by the way, I realized I just misspoke slightly, and I want to correct myself. I said that more than 35% of my paycheck is taken and given to the army. No. I meant 35% of the taxes that are taken from my paycheck. Just to be clear.
Sure.
Yeah. In case somebody's like, wait a minute, what the fuck? No, I just misspoke slightly. As for the number of wallets and whatnot, let me take a look at something here.
I think your screen in the broadcast went dark, possibly.
It's still showing on my end. Well, if people can't see, then they will probably tell me. Or not, I don't know. Because I can still see chats and whatnot. Alright, so, yep, on the base chain, there are 332 holders, so there's 332 active wallets. And then find out on Ethereum. I think there's about 10 times that as much. I had looked it up earlier at some point. Oh, now, come on. I hate when something shows up in the like search suggestion, but then when you actually press enter, it's not part of the actual search results. Like, how did you fucking get it right before I pressed enter, but once I press enter, you're suddenly like, I don't fucking know what he's looking for. How does that happen? Okay. Damn. Alright, yeah, alright, so there's only 332 holders on base, which is not that surprising. They don't have the chain, they don't have the bridge in. Most people aren't using it in that regard, even though they actually like announced it a while back. On ETH, there are 3,741 holders, which is obviously a lot more than base. Like I was right, about 10 times more. But assume that that's only one wallet per player. Like assume that, and you're saying that only 3,700 players have even like gotten to the point of having a wallet outside of Upland that has Sparklet for any capacity, for sending, receiving, buying on the exchange, bringing out to sell from what they already got airdropped, whatever.
Sure.
Do we have a number for daily for active users in Upland, daily, weekly, monthly, or anything?
So as soon as they moved the daily active users down from the EOS chain to the app chain, we fell off the DApp radar.
Of course you
So
fucking did.
the ranking system isn't quite as
Right.
public, but Upland has been saying on Discord that the numbers are growing for what that means. And what I can say is what I find the most useful to track is actually the gamified earnings Looker Studio sheet every 2 months. And you can actually see how many people did like 5 activities or 10 tasks or whatever. I find that to be a more useful metric for my purposes. Typically, about 100 players do all the tasks every 2 months, and about 1,000 do at least the 5 tasks to keep your earnings. So you're at 3,700 on the Etherscan. So that sounds about in line with the gamified earnings. That if you look at how many people at least do like 1 or 2 tasks, then you're kind of right around where that Etherscan number is.
Hmm.
But yeah,
Nah, I'm
current
done
daily
with
active
numbers.
users is not a clear metric. Long story short.
I've been looking at these numbers for too long. I might have been going on about this too long. Like I said, this last couple days is a blur. I'm sorry if I've been going off on a rant. Well, no,
Actually, I remember there's. Let me see.
not so much sorry for the rant part as the if it's boring. Going off on a rant is fine if people are entertained. Did you get a candy shop?
It was my totems were not that hungry for candy, apparently. But I do like the idea of Candyland in Upland. That would be kind of a cool theme for
Oh
sure.
man.
If only they have chutes and ladders next.
Dude, I didn't even consider if like yeah, I mean obviously it's not an official collaboration with Candyland or else they would be plastering that all over the place, but that's a really good idea. In that Upland is so clearly Monopoly inspired. An official collaboration with another board game, especially in regards to surface structures, is fucking brilliant. Dude, a Candyland candy
Yeah.
store would be awesome. Yeah, no, I mean,
I just I, I actually just found there is a website, freakyhq.com for Upland, um, by the world famous sniper Freaky. He does have some data. Says Upland stats in the last 30 days. Um, there has been let's see, for those claiming their yield in the
okay.
last 24 hours, unique ROI claimers in the last 24 hours is 7,722 people.
All right, so then about half of that have a wallet outside of Upland. That's actually not terrible numbers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, higher than I would have thought. Hey, maybe I end up being the only person that cares. That wouldn't be the first time. Um, yeah, Tattoo Studios, which
Mm-hmm.
I. Oh, okay. It's man. I don't know what I. From a distance, the ink pen thing, um,
Mm-hmm.
it does not look like the instrument they used to draw with from a distance. Actually no. From a distance, you know what it looks like to me? It looks like one of those old-fashioned manual drills. You know, the kind where it's like
Uh-huh.
it's all man. You put it there and you just like kind of crank it, and whatnot. Kind of looks like that to me.
From a distance, to me, I gotta admit, it just looks like another
It looks like another what?
a gas station, the grocery part of a
Oh,
gas station.
yeah. Okay, yeah.
I mean, I'm just being honest. I wouldn't have known it's a tattoo parlor without a
Yeah.
description on
I
it.
I think part of that is with so it's a tattoo parlor. Um,
Hmm.
I think that they so
It doesn't
they
look edgy enough
well
for
right.
that.
It doesn't show the tattoos. It shows
Yeah.
it shows the device, and then you can see inside and whatnot. But like if it were me, I would have the same way that remember when they had that store and they had the like 75% off or big sale. They had the sign in the window that was like big sale or whatever.
Uh,
I I would put something in the window that shows different tattoo designs. If you've ever been to a tattoo shop, you know that shit's all over. It's all over the walls. They've got books. Because people, for some reason, don't walk in knowing what they want. They have to browse and peruse.
Mhm.
Something I never understood, but they do.
Also, yeah, and also the circle in the middle, like the Cyclops eye, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like a clock if you're not paying attention. And usually when I think of clocks, I'm thinking of
Mm.
things like minute minute quick or like a gas station or an express shop. I'm
Huh.
not thinking it's going to be, oh, by the way, we got these really cool tattoo stuff. Let me like put some really cool neon and like it doesn't have that feel. It feels like a very polished looking. So I don't know. To me, it just looks like another gas station.
Yeah, no, I can definitely see that. Also the pin. It does. The pin looks a little bit like the nozzle for a gas pump. And you bring up the idea of a clock, and now I'm looking at it. I'm like, oh, it's 2:35. Like, damn, you're you're not wrong. That looks. All right. Well, anyway, it's cool. It is of all the service structures, it might be the most um useless in a way in that and I'm not knocking it. I love a tattoo studio.
How many uppies are going to have tattoos?
No, well, that's kind of my point in that uppies are not going to from a visual perspective, us watching the game, we have this idea that eventually we're going to see the uppies walking around and doing shit, right? Do we actually think that an uppie's going to go into this and come out with a new tattoo? I don't see
Does
that.
that mean does that mean we can burn our uppies in game and then we'll
Right.
get another one if we go
Right.
through the tattoo shop and ship
But
them with all
but
tatted up?
but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe at tattoo shops you can get tattoo troves like how you used to get temporary tattoos back in the day in the quarter machines, and you can burn
Mhm.
that tattoo trove for your uppie to get that tattoo on their arm or something. Maybe I'm totally wrong and it is going to be that immersive, in which case fucking A, can't wait. I hope that it gets announced the day it gets released.
One more thing about this service structure is all the tattoo parlors I've seen are more like mom and pop shops. They usually only have one door. It's like more of a private, secret. You just open the door. You don't have these glass French door, multi-door setup for a tattoo parlor. That's just the way I'm used to seeing them. It's more of a exclusive feel, not
Huh.
not a not a open up two doors kind of thing. I don't know.
I've seen,
Maybe I'm wondering.
Well, all right. So I've seen a fair few tattoo shops.
And they like that.
I've seen what I would consider like a Walmart version of tattoo shops, all the way through to the just like it's a tattoo shop, but also a head shop. I've also seen the kind of tattoo shops where actually for some reason there's more tattoo. Now that I think about it, there's more tattoo shops around me than there should be for how many potential customers there probably are. Anyway,
Virginia.
yeah, but I mean, I maybe it's the part I'm in. We are near Ohio. Anyway, point I gotta think about this off camera. But I've seen the kind that that cater only to like motorcycle clubs and shit, and I wouldn't walk into. Um, and I've seen bigger, smaller, and in various forms of quality of like physical building materials. But again, I go back to what I was saying earlier about how there's always imagery up. I don't I don't know that I've never seen a two-doored one or that I've just never noticed because there's always posters up all over the place at tattoo shops.
Exactly. That's the other piece. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I've definitely never
But
seen a
it
tattoo shop
tends to
so
be more
clear.
right.
A lot of windows there.
And no drawings, no people, no. yeah,
Yeah,
it's
okay, no,
just
that's wrong. You hit me with that. I've come to realize there's way too many fucking windows. I have never seen a tattoo shop with that many windows. That I do feel
it's
sure of.
usually you want some privacy too, like and also there's no tinting of the windows.
Yeah.
And think of it, there's going to be some that
No,
are going to have
yeah.
more like private tattooing of
The
sorts. I don't
average
know.
the average one that I see, again, yeah, it's usually it doesn't have that many windows. They do tend to either be tinted or covered, and it's always like wedged in
Good,
between two other bigger, better quality
good.
buildings.
Yeah.
Again, maybe that's just where I am. I don't know, but yeah, it'd be cool. And then we got the large library, which I
Mm-hmm.
mean, yeah, right on. I Libraries are cool. I got nothing to say.
Yeah.
I got it. I'll build it on a property that I could have that can fit it soon. As soon as I get around to it. Damn though, I have
The
never.
large library to me looks more like a Congress building, but
Okay,
that's the only
thank
thing
you.
I would.
I was literally about to say I don't know that I mean I know that I've never been in a library this big. But I'm not sure that I've ever been to a library that like had this
Rotunda
type
and
of
everything.
architecture. Right, yeah, exactly. You're right. Library of Congress. It's the Library of Congress. That's the only way it makes sense to me.
The rotunda makes me think of the Bellagio in Las Vegas.
Okay, okay, yeah, yeah, right on, right on.
Just need the fountain show.
Yeah. Alright, and then the semi trucks are here, which we basically just went over. Yeah, that's go semis. Another city evolution, this time for Dallas, like we were talking about. And they got themselves a. What was the deluxe bundle? It was a fashion boutique. Now it feels like they're recycling a little bit with the deluxe bundles, I mean. Honestly, that should have been the tattoo shop. Tattoo shop should be part of a modular building. Straight up. That would have made a lot of sense to me. Oh, speaking of straight up, I haven't talked to him in a while. I wonder how he's doing. Let's see here. Oh, we got GameStop. I'm sorry, Game Exchange. It's GameStop. Come on. What do you think about the verbiage of trade in old cartridges? That it's called a game exchange, and they mentioned that it's a spot where Uppies can trade stuff in. Do you think that they have any plans for this to have actual utility, or is this just good words?
History serves as precedence, then I would say it's good words right now because most announcements are glitz and glam, and then
Yeah.
a small portion comes to life. Uh, I also wanted to mention there was another one of these spin-offs recently that caught some people's attention. I think it was Ultra Beauty service structure, the Ultra Beauty. So not Ulta Beauty, but Ultra. Um,
Why
and it
is
was mentioned in Discord. And Squamuza was like, I think we're going to be fine with the wording. So.
alright, hold on. Service structures.
Oh, and there was also a Best Buy, like the electronics store, looking just like Best Buy, but of course they didn't say Best Buy,
Right.
but yeah, Ultra Beauty or something along those
Are
lines.
you so I can search here, but I can't search for the building itself. Upland, fix your shit. Uh, see, we're up
Then we
to.
have the what is it what is it the fitness one?
Hold on, hold on. I'm looking up Ultra now, and I'm already mad. There's 300 buildings. It's too hard to find shit, and there needs to be more granular searching. But all right, Ultra Beauty Co. All right. Oh, it's not letting me get a bigger picture there. Okay, whatever. So so you were saying as opposed to Ulta, is Ulta this is a beauty company? I take it.
Ulta Beauty is a national chain of makeup and beauty salons or
I'm
beauty
I'm
stores.
looking up now. Yeah.
Kind of like Sally Beauty.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah.
Mhm.
Story checks out. All right. Well, whatever. Yeah. All right. Now for that one, I gotta go with Upland on that, just because ultra is a vague term. That's yeah. Nah. That's honestly more like, hey, Ulta, you're the one that decided to literally just take a letter out of a word and be like, that's our name. Like, nah, people can use words. So, nah, I think Upland's fine with about that one. The Best Buy one is just called like what?
Try Harder Gym. That was the other one. Try Harder Gym.
Right. Okay, I remember that. Was this not a collaboration? I thought somebody said it was or something. Or is
I think there's been both sides of that and no finality on that topic.
what was the was it that it was originally labeled as CrossFit or something? There
Yes.
was
Uh huh.
okay, so it's not that Try Harder is actually a thing in real life, is it?
Try Harder Gym is a real gym in real life too.
Oh,
But for some reason, it was related to CrossFit, and then it, I don't know about the whole evolution from there to Try Harder Gym, but yeah, that the whole
I
thing.
at this point I have to assume that whatever lawyer Upland has on retainer is competent enough to like avoid this level of shit. I'm hoping that so I'm just gonna assume that either it was worked out behind the scenes, even if it's not an official collaboration. Maybe just say behind the scenes permission was gotten. Yeah, we don't care, and so they're just not talking about it in that regard. Or maybe there is a potential, maybe talks have been started for potential future explicit shit, and this is just okay in the meantime. Who knows? Um, where? Okay, but yeah, Game Exchange. I loved GameStop growing up. Yeah, lot of good memories. And then when the stock exchange thing happened, I was there and I did my part. Oh, okay. So the Ultra Beauty Co is like was like part of this week. All right. I just press the button every Wednesday. I don't pay attention.
That makes it easy.
Look. I said from the get go. I've stuck to that commitment. I will get the service structures every week. Anybody that builds in Hong Kong, set it for minimum. I'll fill it. Which doesn't look like anybody's setting construction requests for anywhere in the entire Upland world. Last I checked. I've been checking every day.
Production numbers been slowing down.
Yeah, there are no active contracts. Which, for as long as we were waiting for it, um, I wonder why there's not more transaction volume other than the barriers of entry that Upland has put in. The higher the necessary minimum and the need to travel to the city, like property where it is. I think that maybe Upland should they, also the cooldown. I don't know that like all of this needs to be done away with, but it needs to be it needs to be moderated a little bit. Like either get rid of one of them or lower them in some way. What do you think?
There's a chicken versus the egg question, which is I think Upland want to make sure the price of blueprints um, or to get that to be able to build with the construction hub is high enough to justify the prices of the actual blueprint that they're or the service structures that they're selling every week,
Hmm.
right? But now the question is, if there aren't that many contracts to be had, does Upland feel pressure to lower prices of the service structures every week? Is that valuation fair if there aren't that many people doing
Well,
that? I do think that there should be dynamic pricing so that it more closely is in line with what players feel is the supply and demand of these things. But
yeah,
there's probably a cost element for Upland to make these service structures and write these
right.
articles and everything and announce it. I don't know. That being said, I don't know if paying 20, for like 3 different structures a week, paying like $20 a week for these service structures ongoingly without utility for most of them, or an influence score
Right.
thing that is sort of a thing, but not fully a thing. I don't know. It's where the value proposition is kind of, you wonder if the pricing is right.
Yeah, I don't know, and whatever change Upland would make would be in hopes of catalyzing further activity, and they certainly don't want to. Like I know that Upland would understandably not want to lower the price and then have that also not catalyze activity, because then what are they going to do? Raise the price back up? They'd already set the they would already be setting a precedent at that point. So I think that there's also pressure on them not just to make a change, but to make sure it's the right one. Uh, oh, Metamilli said this is the first week he hasn't picked them up. He's free. Not me, man. I'm still trapped. But good on you. Good on you. And congratulations to anybody that picked Danny Phantom if they did. I'll go through the chat by next episode and you know give stuff away if necessary. Um, yeah. So Ultra Beauty Co. Whatever, beauty salon, beauty store, beauty, pretty. And then we had Track and Field Complex, which is a subset from the sports complex, or a didn't I don't. Isn't this the same thing that we already saw in one of them?
It looks very similar to the sports thing. Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's a little bit different, but it very much reminds me of just that one. Only it was like a yeah. I don't know.
The thing that I don't understand about the track and field complex, I like the way it looks,
Yeah.
but I don't know any property that just purely has a track and field complex like that on it.
Okay. No.
Like there's no house on it. There's no box office. There's no address that you can stick on it. It
And
just it feels like it's half of an actual
all
structure.
right. I agree. And this is I'm gonna go back to what I was saying earlier about playing by vibes instead of numbers. That's where I put this for me. I have no idea what the right way of using this would be. By the numbers, no idea.
Mm-hmm.
But I know what I
You
would.
can't even go in it. You can only
Right,
go on it.
right. Which is why I know what I would do. What I would
Mm-hmm.
do is I actually I might do this. I've got Mosswood Park and it's fucking huge. Yeah, I might do this. Okay, so what I'm probably gonna do is I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna build a college. I'm going to build an entire campus. You've got the college, then we'll have the sports arena that has the place for the it's got place for what tennis and basketball and all that shit or whatever, and then and then
Right.
we'll and then we'll have the track and field for the track and field people, and then I'll have a security guard shack whenever we get that, because that's got to be coming if it hasn't already, because there's got
I
to
think you
be.
should also put an apartment building right next to the track because as soon as they run for like 24 miles or whatever, they're not going to want to wander off to some other Joe Schmo's house
Well,
5 blocks down. They're
I'll
probably just going to want to go straight to sleep and
I'll get
watch
a s-
TV.
I'll get a school bus to put on the property to drive them home after
Oh,
the
okay.
game. Yeah, yeah. We'll
There you go.
we'll get it worked out. We'll get it worked out. But conversely, I mean, also alongside that, I could see putting a bus barn next to this in that same capacity of just a type of
Mhm.
school thing you see that's on a big property. We used to have a bus barn that was next to our baseball field. So, anyway, that again, is that the the best way to get points for this thing? I have no fucking idea. But it's what I'm gonna do.
233,000 spark hours for this track and field.
That's what it says.
Yeah.
Huh? Probably gonna have to rent that.
Entertainment. I guess so.
Again, entertainment as opposed to what? What are the different things?
Public service,
Public,
essentials.
essential entertainment, living, and office. And that's where I'm just like, all right,
Yeah, I feel like this is more essentials, like school related. I don't know.
there needs to be another section for recreation
Yeah.
because no, but seriously, because going to the dog park is not the same
Mhm.
thing as going to a concert. You go to a concert
Exactly.
for entertainment. You go to the dog park to play with your dog because it's recreation, but that's not
Yeah.
essential to life. And I it is a part of living, but a living unit is where you fucking live. So
Right.
and
It's
Publix
like you go to a concert, like if you were going to go on a date. Would you like to go to the track and field?
and honestly, I could even maybe see service, but they have public service, and this isn't like I mean a dog park is a public service, but like this track and field, if it's for a public school, I guess it could be. Well, that's not really a service, but you get what I'm saying there.
Yeah. It
Yeah,
can be recreational.
yeah.
Simple.
But then I'm sure that would I'm I say that, but I'm sure that would fuck with their scoring mechanics because they're trying to make
Right.
everything interrelated. So
Right. Mhm.
again, I'm gonna let other people do the numbers thing and tell them what they should do. I'm just playing by vibes, and we're just gonna see what happens. Only way to do it. No,
Exactly.
only way I'm gonna do it. Let's see here. Oh, that's right. We had a retro vehicle sale. What? Uh-huh. Did you grab anything?
I feel a little bit hard out at the moment. So I got the semi. I got like two or three other vehicles before that. I got the school bus. So I just needed a break at this point. But it's cool. It's
Yeah.
another construction boosting opportunity here. Why a retro service vehicle boost construction? I don't know. Because
Hey.
it doesn't boost. It's not part of the construction process like a crane or that's the part I didn't get. This stuff.
Because it's retro nostalgia is a morale boost for all the middle-aged people working at the construction site. They're looking at this 80s taxi and this 80s cop car and it's reminding them of the good old days. It's putting the Rocky theme song in their head. That's got to be what it is.
Of course.
No, I have no idea though. Yeah, I love them. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Eight,
Mhm.
80s were great. I still, especially, I've talked before about how much I like the Miami and the Vice and that whole vaporwave aesthetic and all that. Which and I also, yeah, I like this as a whole. No idea what prompted this or why it produces those kinds of. I don't know, but they look really cool. Um, where does it say that they boost construction?
Paragraph two.
Vehicle boosting performance compatible service structures. No. It says that they enhance.
It's another place.
Do
That
what?
might have been in the registration.
Maybe it might have been a typo then, because at least here it's talking about the performance of compatible service structures, which is in line with what we've seen before about you put the ambulance at the hospital, the fire truck at the firehouse. Although a cop car is naturally intimidating, that might get the construction workers working a little quicker, you know. And then a taxi cab is going to get them to work to and from faster. So maybe it boosts it that way.
So in the I'm reading Discord right now. Even from yesterday, there was a message pinged to Squamuza in which the description for the retro for the service structure says purchase. Oh no, it's in the registration. It says purchasing this bundle grants players 180s taxi retro car. Each vehicle delivers a powerful boost to construction or its corresponding service structure and can be deployed on any eligible property the player owns. So maybe it's a typo.
Pigeons weighing in saying the boost construction on the sale description of the store and that it had to be a typo or copy and paste from the last sale. I would bet I would feel comfortable. I would maybe feel comfortable betting my taxi that it was copy and pasted from the last sale, because we have seen that done before. We've seen it done with city releases and the like. We've seen it done. We've seen it done, and it be the reason that wrong dates are put in. Like, so I have.
To be fair, yeah, but to be fair, Squamuza actually replied to this yesterday,
Oh,
and he
good.
wrote, "This corresponds with construction vehicles. For these vehicles, you're looking for the or section of the statement that applies to them."
No, I'm sorry. No, no. All right. Anyway. Oh man. Yeah, so yeah, like I said, I got a taxi. I think I was like the last one to get the taxi. I was either the last one or the
Okay.
next to last one. It was a buzzer beater. Um eh,
Okay.
I didn't have a chance in getting the police car. Don't know if I mean, I'm generally, anti-police. But again, love an 80s aesthetic, and as far as police cars go, it's a good design. Um about the only one that I like more than that is like the old fashioned old fashioned 1940s police vehicles, and also a lot of things from the 1940s. Just a good aesthetic, in my opinion. Uh, Personality, strategy, words, but no real details. Yeah. All right. And then Queens is unlocking new properties. That's what was being referenced earlier. Who Swarley referenced that earlier. And barbershop modular apartment. See, that's where yeah, like we've already had the barbershop. I don't know. Since modular
Well,
apartments.
we've had it twice. So this is the third iteration of barbershop. We had the barbershop, then we had the corner
Right.
street barbershop.
Yeah.
Now we have barbershop building.
Yeah. Yeah.
The next one is gonna for sure be an underwater barbershop. I'm just saying.
Oh, but that would imply we get an underwater city. Don't you threaten me with a good time. We'll get Atlantis one day. One
It
day.
still works better underwater.
I guess it would. Maybe. I
Yeah.
don't know. I guess that's well. I don't know, because if you're underwater, do you really get a chance to lather? All right, we gotta. I'm gonna have to call my friend Ariel and see what she has to say about that. Oh man, but with the modular apartments especially, man. I because it's the mixed unit. It's both living and business. it is
Mm-hmm.
one like for a lot of the weekly service structures. It doesn't the large library versus the regular library. I'm okay with that because you
Mm-hmm.
have different
Right.
sizes of libraries, so you have different sizes of
Sure.
colleges and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
But the mixed unit space of the apartment building with the store on the first floor is itself such an opportunity each time to do something different and truly unique. Now, I called them out on making the stores sound just like city specific. And I stand by that criticism, like the French Cafe or the Paris Cafe or whatever. But you're applying it to all of Europe or whatever, you know. Um,
Sure.
but I that doesn't mean you can't still have like fun with it in that regard. For instance, um, like a cookie shop, like just a cookie store instead of a bakery or instead of a different kind of like just a cookie store or scones. There's people eat scones. Um, they get fancy with it. Um, you could do well. Anyway, the point I'm making is they should try and make the deluxe bundle modular apartments a little bit more. That's a fun type of thing that you'd see on your way to and from your apartment and whatnot.
Area, yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's all I think about it really. Other than just like
Right.
that to me is
Barbershops are too universal.
yes, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
It is for the modular units. That is not the time for vague universal things. That is the time for fun specific things. That would be the time
Right.
for like I said specifically a cookie shop or yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm
Yeah,
hungry,
I
by the
can
way.
see that.
I
Yeah.
think that's why I keep thinking about food. I'm just kind of like want some snacks.
Although I do
Oh
think
shit! I have
barbershops
cake waiting
typically
for
do
me.
show up. Yeah,
Sorry,
although I
sorry.
do think barbershops typically do show up more in modular type setups. But yeah, it did. The personality of a modular setup would fit
Okay,
much
okay. All right.
more with a culture. Yeah,
Fine,
culture thing.
fine. Then I think they could have still labeled it differently, and they could have called it shave and a haircut. They could have given it a
There you go.
different
Yeah,
type of spin on it. But in any event.
like a style. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I just got really excited. I just remembered that my wife baked me a cake today, and so I have that to look forward to whenever I'm done with this. So we're gonna be cutting out right about now. Pretty soon, but
Chop chop.
right. All right. So that's the last in regards to that. Now it's an unlock. Oh, that's right. That's right. Queens was one of the cities that got locked when they locked all the properties. The entire city is already open. Or no, it didn't because it's already open. Now I know LA got locked. For some reason, I thought that included Queens too, but I guess not. So this is just random properties that were previously locked because Hmm.
Old age of Queen.
The old age. Yeah. Well. All right. But that's where we are right now.
Mm-hmm.
So let's merge some uppies. Cause last time it got all weird with me, and I wasn't able to finish. And we still need to merge Remy and Rin Linen.
Here's me rooting for you to get the first tatted uppie.
Oh, that'd be cool. Would it be the first? Surely there's been
Was
one.
it?
I have no idea. I mean, I'm sure there's been one by now. All right, Rin Linen and Remy. Oh wow. Damn, I was spending so much Sparklet last time, and now I can merge for 13.53 Sparklet.
Oh wow.
Well, that's life.
Yeah.
I got Nella Fresh Batch. Oh, see, here I am talking about baked goods. Upland's fucking spying on me, man. I'm talking about baked goods, and here comes Nella Fresh Batch. She's the quietly proud home baker Uppie who spends her evenings tinkering with new recipes, nervously holding out a tray of cupcakes while she waits for that first honest bite of feedback. It's a U origin Uppie, too. Alright.
Very cool.
Yeah, so that's what I got. I might buy some more on the secondary market at some point, try and get that up another level or two, but, yeah. Let's see, what else? Oh yeah, I was just gonna give some numbers on Hong Kong, but I didn't do the math yet. So, we'll do it right now. 64, 69.
This is the math segment.
18 through 96. Yeah, pretty much. I'm just curious. Yeah, 35.1% remains unminted, which means
Okay.
about 65% is. Not much change there. Not much change. 1,423 properties with a structure.
Okay.
So that means out of the total,
Like 5%.
almost 8% actually.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's the total number of properties. So if you just take that by properties owned, 1423 divided by 10,490. Carry the 1. If you go by just by properties that are owned, and that's up to almost 14%. So it is chugging right along, and of course there is still that spark train going on. God, I gotta get around to updating the numbers on that, but it's still not done. You can find it and the properties that are on it in the Discord. That's right, and a bunch of prizes: 100,000 Uppies, Sparklet, Uppies, seeds. My soul's probably on there. I gotta check.
And the Hong Kong Discord server is in the description.
Yes, yes. It's just the Clue Crew Discord server. It's so that it doesn't get confused, because Clue Crew show, Clue Crew user, Clue Crew Discord. Yeah, but yes, for Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should put like the number 4 and then like Hong Kong. I don't know. Might work with some.
Don't get me started with 4.
Oh man. All right. Well, yeah, that's pretty much gonna do it. Time to wrap up this week's episode. I want to thank my co-host Cernus, as well as everyone joining us live or watching later. Be safe, everyone. We will catch you, crazy cats and kittens.